People who have an anxious attachment style, their biggest fear is the fear of abandonment. I now know from experience, after years of doing the inner work to get over anxious attachment, I now know that no one in this life has ever abandoned me more than I have abandoned myself. So in this video, my message to you is to stop abandoning yourself. I now know that every time I said yes instead of no, I have abandoned myself. Every time I tolerated disrespect, every time I let people treat me in a way that put me down, every time I allowed someone to make me doubt myself, every time I stayed silent because I was afraid of wrecking the boat or messing up with the peace of the moment. Every time I tried to avoid a conflict or a difficult conversation, I was abandoning myself. Every time I gave up my needs, I did not speak for what I really wanted, I was abandoning myself. Every time I gave others more than I gave myself, every time I did not take care of myself, every time I put myself down, I criticized myself, I was hard on myself, I did not give time to myself. Every single time of this, that was me abandoning myself. Because this was how I was treating myself, that was the example that I was setting for others and allowing them to treat me the same way. One thing I learned is that having boundaries is not going to stop others from hurting you, but having standards is going to stop you from letting them do it over and over again. I now know that the first time someone shows me their truth, who they truly are, the first time someone says no to me, the first time someone disrespects me, that is me seeing the truth of this person, and then I can make a decision about, okay, this is not the kind of people that I want to have in my life. My threshold for tolerance of disrespect has completely changed because I changed my standards. I show up differently to myself. I take care of myself. Right now, I know that I am the most important person in my life. No relationship in this life is more important than the relationship I have with myself. And I'm not saying that from a place of not wanting to take care of others. I now know that I am capable of giving more to others, to people who I care about in my life, way more than I used to do in the past. And the reason is because now I am a healthy version of myself. Now I know what my true worth is, and therefore I can show up for them with my cup full, and I have energy. I have something to offer because I now know my true value. I now know my worth. I don't try to hold on to people who offer me nothing. People who are emotionally broke, they are not worthy to be in your life. People who drain your energy, people who take away from you, people who care about nothing but themselves, they don't have the emotional maturity to have a difficult conversation. They don't have the best intention for you. They don't care about your well-being. They don't deserve to be with you. They don't deserve to be in your life. And so right now, those kinds of behaviors, this hot and cold kind of behavior, this whole dynamic, unhealthy dynamic of relationships, this is the most boring thing to me right now. It is unattractive, and the second I see the first sign of this, I run away, because this is something I no longer tolerate. This is something I no longer accept. And that's how you show up to yourself. That's how you move from being anxious to being secure, by knowing your value, knowing your worth, and setting up standards for yourself. So today, my message to you is to stop abandoning yourself. Take care of yourself. Put yourself first. Give yourself the love, the security, the safety, the compassion that you so much want to get from others. When you give yourself all of this, then you will show up as someone who is secure, who is confident to leave when she is not being treated the way she deserves to. Let me know in the comments if this resonates. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.